For years, Big Meech was a well-known person with a lot of power in the streets. As a co-founder of Black Mafia family, BMF, he built a large and powerful network that controlled a lot of the drug trade in the early 2000s. His story shows how spending went up suddenly and then went down dramatically when the police caught him. Even though he was sentenced to 30 years in prison, Big Meech's legacy lived on in street culture and mainstream media. His story was turned into a popular TV show, in part thanks to 50 Cent, who introduced Mech's legacy to a new generation.
50 had your key. Do you know what your one key? Me and you got the same key to any embarrassment.
However, the landscape has since shifted, according to Tony. You're one of 50 Cent's closest friends. 50 has completely cut ties with Big Meech, and not just for business reasons, but due to deeply personal betrayals.
Shit, I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5.
I go out and spend $50,000, $100,000 every night, 2-3 nights in a row, 3-4 nights in a row.
What caused this rift between these two powerhouses? Big Meech used to have 50 Cent on his side, but now he publicly makes fun of him, and Lil Meech is making the same mistakes as his father. Let's look at it all step by step. Big Meech's net worth once succeeded. Millions, his lavish lifestyle was well known. He was known for spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single night, buying luxury homes and managing BMF as if it were a Fortune 500 company.
I go out and spend $50,000, $100,000 every night, 2-3 nights in a row, 3-4 nights in a row.
On the other hand, Tony Yayo says that Big Meech is having money problems right now.
But when we go to your crib, and me and Murder sitting in the backyard, and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck, he had the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this like, yo, this nigga tripping. Like, little baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brought a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind. Because he said it to me and Murder, and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good as if you saved some money for your pops when he came home, but I understand how it is to be a young black man with money, and you don't make the right decisions.
When Meech was released from prison in October 2024, many anticipated a triumphant return. It was assumed that he had accumulated sufficient wealth to ensure a comfortable lifestyle. However, Meech was experiencing financial difficulties, and surprisingly, was ring on others for support during a recent interview. Tony Yayo revealed a shocking revelation about Meech's mindset, which had not changed despite his time in prison after Mech's release. Yayo and some close friends visited his house to check on him. Instead of celebrating his freedom, Meech expressed concerns about financial issues, specifically that his son Lil Meech was not providing him with financial support. Yayo said that when we went to your house, Murder, Mook and I were in the garden, and you were upset that Lil Baby hadn't given you any money. Meech was upset that Lil Baby came in a luxury vehicle, but did not offer financial assistance for Tony Yayo. This was a revelation. He stated, "I perceived this as a sign of his inconsistency. Little L doesn't owe you anything." Yayo saw Meech as stuck in the piece, still acting as the boss of BMF, expecting loyalty and handouts from people who were not obligated to him. 50 Cent, however, was not ready to become Meech's financial safety net at one point. 50 Cent and Big Meech were inseparable, united by business loyalty and a shared vision. 50 secured the rights to tell Big Meech's story through the hit BMF TV series he paid out of his own pocket to put Lil Meech through acting school, ensuring he could portray his father in the show. He financially supported the Meech family, ensuring they were taken care of while Big Meech was behind bars. However, their relationship took a turn for the worse. According to Tony Yayo, the rift between them wasn't just due to financial mismanagement, but also meets his alleged lack of loyalty.
But when we go to your crib, and me and Murder sitting in the backyard, and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck, he had the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this like, yo, this nigga tripping. Like, little baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind. Because he said it to me and Murder, and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, he wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good as if you saved some money for your pops when he came home. But I understand how it is to be a young black man with money and you don't make the right decisions.
Smell values loyalty above all else, and Meech's connection with Rick Ross, a major rival of 50's, caused a breach in that bond. The ongoing rivalry between 50 Cent and Rick Ross, marked by Diaz Track's lawsuits and public insults, further exacerbated. The situation, the photograph taken by Meech with Ross, was interpreted as a strategic move to align himself with 50 Cent's rival. This development was particularly disconcerting to Tony. Yo stated, "I believe some individuals simply dislike the notion that 50 consistently holds the upper hand. They refuse to acknowledge his necessity."
I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5.
I go out and spend $50,000, $100,000 every night, 2-3 nights in a row, 3-4 nights in a row.
While the public thought the discord between 50/50 and Meech was financial, Yayo suggested was far more deep. By collaborating with Ross, Meech made matters personal, and 50 was not willing to overlook it. As Big Meech's financial difficulties became public, a GoFundMe page was created to assist him in paying his expenses. The fundraiser was purportedly intended to cover Big Meech's monthly expenses, which reportedly included a $30,000 a month Airbnb rental recover lost income after his Welcome Home concert was canceled. However, instead of expressing sympathy, 50 Cent chose to publicly mock him. "You required protection, and now that protection is no longer available, you are also financially unstable." 50 even shared a screenshot of the GoFundMe page on Instagram, mocking the situation and making it clear that he would not be providing assistance at this point. 50 Cent had terminated his relationship with Big Meech. What had started as a strong partnership had crumbled into public humiliation, and now Meech had no one left to turn to. While Big Meech was damaging his professional reputation, 50 Cent was securing the future of Lil Meech, presenting him with an opportunity that had the potential to transform his career, according to Tony Yayo. Lil Meech initially aspired to be a rapper, but lacked support from others in the industry. 50 Cent discreetly funded his enrollment in acting school, hoping to prepare him for the BMF series. 50 Cent strategically positioned him for success in the entertainment industry, paving the way for a lucrative career in the field. A chance that his father had never had. However, Lil Meech chose to align himself with his father, apparently disregarding the significant contributions 50 had made to his career.
We went to Meech's house, we sat down with him, Lil Meech, and I thought, big things in the future was coming, because he was talking about stories about motherfuckers jumping in cars with bricks, and he just was telling the war stories that was amazing, where I was mesmerized, and him and 50 was kicking it and everything was good, and then you fast forward to the Ross thing, and that's when everything kind of went left, BMF was the last to do it in the game. My album came out in 2005, them niggas was lit, but I think something with 50 is like, 50 is the type of, I think certain just don't want him to be in the driver's seat all the time. That's how it seemed, because it just seemed like a bad deal. You was with 50, he's talking about stuff in the future, he made your family money, you would think you would be a little bit appreciative, but motherfuckers don't have to be loyal to 50 in business. That's how Meech felt, because he's his own boss.
When the public learned of the ongoing dispute between 50 Cent and Big Meech, Lil Meech reached out to 50 in private, expressing discontent over 50's decision to unfollow him on Instagram. 50Y declined to engage with this request instead, choosing to disclose private messages that revealed Lil Meech's attempts to maintain his relationship with 50 subsequently. 50 offered a stark reminder of the potential consequences of further disloyalty, suggesting that Lil Mech is roll-in. BMF might be at risk. This exchange underscores the dynamic between the two parties and the possibility for internal conflict within the entertainment industry. According to Tony Yayo, 50 Cent had plans to develop BMF into a lucrative franchise. The show had the potential to span at least 5 seasons, and there was major potential for a high-budget BMF movie. Big Meech himself had the chance to generate $30 to $50 million through legal means. However, his association with Rick Ross led to the deterioration of these prospects. Consequently, 50 Cent is moving forward with the release of the final season of BMF and a documentary that aims to tell the truth about Big Meech. 50 is about to change history, making sure Meech never gets the last word. Big Meech had the potential to transform his controversial story into a lucrative business venture. However, he mismanaged his funds and betrayed 50 Cent's trust, allowed his ego to hinder future prospects. Consequently, 50 Cent has disengaged from any further involvement with Big Meech, leaving him to face the repercussions of his actions. What is your perspective on this matter? Do you believe 50 Cent's decision to disassociate from Big Meech was the correct one, or was Meech's decision to end his association with 50 Cent the most strategic move? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think justice will finally be served? And if you liked this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on this case and other breaking stories.